with the magnanimous Julianne Moore, and I love your body of work so much. Can we play behind the scenes to honor your body of work? It's behind the scenes. Okay, Hand That Rocks the Cradle. I was obsessed with you in this movie.
God. Okay.
Okay, that's a big body of your work.
Oh my God.
But I loved you in Hands That Rocks the Cradle. Is there anything that comes up in your mind? You were her best friend.
Right.
You meet an untimely, I don't want to say
I know,
and
I get killed by a greenhouse shard in my neck.
Shards of glass.
Yeah, that's right. I'm impaled
by Peyton.
Yeah, exactly, by Peyton, the evil nanny.
Yes, Rebecca Dearmore,
that's right.
The adulterating nanny. What's something that comes to your mind when you think of that film?
We were in Tacoma, Washington, and the costume designer was so busy, she told me that I should drive to Seattle and buy my own clothes.
Well, it worked.
Isn't that funny? I really remember that. She was like, just go shopping for your costumes.
Okay,
yeah.
9 months.
Oh, yeah.
I love this film so much.
I love
Christopher Columbus.
Joan Cusack.
I love Joan Cusack.
Hugh Grant.
I love Hugh Grant. Was he grumpy then?
They're both.
He's such a grumplepuss.
He's grumpy, but that's his act. Yeah.
It is.
That's his act.
It's so funny because he's so bumbly and charming.
Yeah.
And then you meet him and you're like, oh, you're an old curmudgeon. And then it's like shocking, but then you fall in love with the real Hugh.
Exactly. But we had a great time. It was a long shoot. It was 6 months, which is a long...
6 months to make 9 months.
It was 6 months to make 9 months, yeah. Exactly.
I remember the scene where you're being like wheeled in the chair.
That's right, and all the crazy slapstick comedy and stuff. It was really... And Tom Arnold, yeah. Oh my God, with the baby, that big scene. And Robin Williams, the great Robin Williams was in that.
What was he like?
Amazing, amazing. So kind and so funny. But he never stopped. He was funny from the minute that he walked into the makeup trailer in the morning. At like 7 a.m, he was funny. He was astonishing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, I love him so much. He came to Saturday Night Live when I was hosting when I was 7 years old, and I wasn't nervous until he showed up. And I was like, oh God, now I got to do this in front of more?
Wait, 7 years old?
I'm still the youngest host.
7?
Any child that comes and breaks that record, I'm going to be furious. But happy for them.
7?
1982.
Oh my God, I can't believe you did that.
Yeah, no, it's so weird.
That's crazy.
I know, but I still feel a lot of pride with that record.
I would, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Far From Heaven is a film that you made that was so important, so beautiful.
Thank you.
So meaningful.
Yes.
So out of another era. They don't make films like this anymore.
Right. Well, this movie was really a response to Douglas Sirk and an homage to him as well. And it was like taking, that idea of a social story about who culturally is most left behind. Who do we ignore? And in it, you see that there's the men escape. Interestingly enough, there's a man dealing with sexuality, and he's the one who leaves the marriage. And there's another man who's oppressed by his race, and he ends up leaving. And then the two women are left behind. Me and Viola Davis are the ones who are left in the house without any options. And it's really a story about my character Kathy Whitaker and her discovery of herself, and then she ends up being the one who's kind of trapped. But yeah, what a brilliant filmmaker Todd Haynes is. Really,
and you
really
had
brilliant.
made Safe with him too, right?
Safe, yeah.
I mean, you guys have done such incredible work together.
Yeah.
Okay, Still Alice, you won the Oscar for this. I love Kristen Stewart.
Kristen! I love Kristen. I love her.
Speaking of that last scene, the last scene in that film.
Yeah. What
comes to your mind when you think of Still Alice?
Oh, well, we shot The Hunger Games back-to-back, so there were 2 movies back-to-back, so basically I was booked on that for the whole year, and I would kind of go back and forth to Atlanta, and they finally got the money for Still Alice. It was a little independent thing, and they were like, we need to, I said, I need some time off, and The Hunger Games gave me the month of February off. So 28 days, we shot it in 23 days in February in New York. So it was
between the Hunger Games.
So it was like sneezing and the movie was over. It happened so fast.
Okay, how do you, in your mind, make that kind of transition? You're on the Hunger Games, which is a giant commercial, polished costume, otherworldly type of film.
Right.
and then go into this small, intimate, short-lived, but incredibly intense.
Yeah.
How do you make that switch?
Well, with the Hunger Games, it wasn't that I was going in and out, so I wasn't there all the time, so I had a lot of time around it, so I had a lot of time to do the preparation that I needed to do for this one, all of the research and talking to families and talking to people who were living with the disease and so I was doing all of that beforehand, so I was ready to go when we had that February slot.
So you felt very prepared.
I felt prepared. But also, without the generosity of everybody who was making the Hunger Games, with the way they scheduled me, I wouldn't have been able to do it.
I mean, did they feel good about themselves scheduling it around it when you won your Oscar?
I think it helped.
Were they like, I'm really glad we made that work? Because then you come out in their film and they're like, an Academy Award winner, Julianne Moore is in our film too. Well, I have just admired everything that you do. Okay, well, thank you. We'll be right back. Oh, my God.